Yo, it's Guido. Welcome back. I have another tactics talk here, and this time it is moi and my deputy sheriff account. You see me, Deputy Guido 1212 from Clan Sheriff in the 279E, which is the crazy Tier 10 reward tank for the second campaign. You can see the wacky thing about it is it has 4 tracks, if you can believe that. So it doesn't really have a lower plate. It's got an upper plate, a very strong turret, a mediocre gun in the 440 alpha range. I'll do a review on this at some point, but I wanted to share this one because it's an ace tanker game in the 279. Top tier 357. This is a great setup for any tier 10 357, especially a heavy in a city map. See what we can do. But the bad news is I have a whole bunch of Muppets going into the valley. Whole bunch of Muppets, so I'm more or less alone until this E75 54E1 come up, and even then that's not very much beef compared to what could possibly show up. The good news is, now there's the bad news. The good news is they sent a lot of guys into the valley. The bad news is I got a bloody T68 version 4. Now that was an interesting shot. You'll notice when the object rolls, version 4 rolls back and forth, it really rocks. And when he moved forward and jammed on the brakes, his nose dipped down and lessened the angle and increased the surface, which I could hit that top weak turret. Not turret, but top of the tank right there, and I'm able to get one through, and that was really interesting. So I've got finally the E75 moving up, the 54E1. I wait for them to get those guys busy. I could see them going that way. Take a snap and miss the T60, or the object 268-4. Now I've got an opportunity to get into the rear of these guys, so to speak. Catch this guy. I probably should have gone around and shot the 268V4. Bigger threat, but I've got the 120 down to a one shot. Get up underneath his plate, and he actually blaps one through me. He gets a heat shot through, and I'm not really sure where he hit me. Looks like right through the turret. Look at that. Puts that heat shot right through the turret and charges in on me. Now look at that lower plate, very difficult to get in. And notice as he rocks, it changes whether it was green or yellow. That was very interesting because it was changing the angle. It was a great, you can go back there and look at it again. It was a great example of the angle changing the penetration potential of the shot. So now the Centurion AX, now remember this is the Centurion, that's the tier 10 version. He's going to turn around and get a shot in the side. One thing about this 279 is it does reload quite quickly. The E75 takes the opportunity to go in and get rid of the 268, and that was huge for us right there. But we've still got quite a few guys. I'll get him. Remember I brought him down to a one shot earlier. And see if I can bounce. There's a bounce on the Centurion AX. He's firing regular APCR, not premium. This guy's tracked. We'll take him down. And like I was saying earlier, the reload on this thing is really quite fast. So he tries to face hug me. I'm going to come off of him. Put a shot into his side. And again, just wiggle, jiggle, make it hard for him to get shots in there. Heat is going to have a real issue with this tank based on the angles of the turret, the angles of the upper plate, and a bunch of tracks down below where a lower plate would be. It's going to be very difficult for you to go through it. You're going to have to figure out a way to flat plate the armor somehow. The case of the great big heat shell going straight through my turret right there, which interestingly that damage model has disappeared on us, hasn't it? Damage model's disappeared. So you will get occasionally those very high TD pen values will go through the flat-ish part of the turret right there, that little face part. We got a OHO, we've got a Centurion. This is not one, but it's definitely in hand. You can see that the valley is more or less a stalemate, as it usually is, and we're able to fight our way through, a bit outgunned, really, and outmanned down there in the town. Come around that way, we got the Centurion sitting back there. There's another one down. Pretty good accuracy on this gun. Reloads fast, like I've been trying to start saying multiple times right now. Somewhere around the 8-second reload time. More of a tier 8 heavy or tier 8 medium kind of reload time. It will surprise people. It's only dropping 440, so it's not hitting as hard, but you are going to have shots much faster. And it's quite quick, actually. You can notice how fast this thing is, leading a bit of a strange artifact from the reload, from the replay right there, those black marks. Very fast. It's more or less medium fast, kind of the slower medium speed in there. You can see it's got crazy angled armor on the sides. That can be very problematic, especially for heat. Very angled turret. There's that front sloped armor, quite angled there as well. A relatively small hatch on top as a weak point. Blap the 277, come around, take a hit from the VK, which is only a crit. He probably went into my tracks, didn't really know what to hit. Nice accuracy on the gun. Take a shot on him. I'm just spamming the heat in here as well. Come around here, he's going to give me some side armor. Try to get into his side. We put that right in there. We're at 5,500. Just basically pressed W and shot as we went. Go right by him into that flat plate. That's always going to go well against a 4202 Bravo. That's the place you want to be shooting if you can. Drive up and around. Let's just shoot straight down into the side of his tank. In the middle dies right there, and that's 6,262 with 1,392 assist, 7 kills, ace tanker in the 279E early, I guess was what that means. The new tier 10 reward tank for the second campaign for the personal missions. All right, man, hope you like that. It was a lot of abuse of smaller tier tanks. I have to say it was satisfying, very satisfactory to beat up on that 268 version 4 who was raging forward and trying to punch people in the face. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. I don't really know what you learned here other than you probably want to try to get this tank if you can. We will see you.